Well, no one wants to build more prisons,
Okay.
but we have to have adequate prison space. It's a foundation of an effective criminal justice system. We do have a crime problem in Arkansas that really hurts our communities and our workforce, and I want to be able to address it, to reduce the influence of drugs. That hurts our productivity, hurts our communities, and I want to bring my experiences in law enforcement to bear on that problem. But specifically, I want to look at whether it's a $100 million investment we need in a new prison or whether there's better ways to approach it.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to look at all the alternatives before we make that kind of a commitment. But I am committed to having additional prison space. But also have committed myself to more effective investment in reentry programs. So those that leave prison that actually want to get a job,
Mm-hmm.
we need to reduce the barriers for them to get employment.
Several years ago, the Arkansas State Legislature basically rewrote the Arkansas Criminal Code. When they did, you saw a lot more emphasis on rehabilitation, on drug court programs, those kind of things. But then here within the past year, it's gone full circle because of one or two offenders, and all of a sudden they're locking everybody up. So you almost have to question, do we need to go back and rewrite the criminal code again? Or go back and say, wait a minute, this is not working. We've got all these nice ideas, but we're not giving them any money to do it. And I'm speaking specifically of drug courts. They mandate drug courts, but the state doesn't provide any funding for drug courts.
And your analysis is close.
Okay.
That we did tweak the system,
Mm-hmm.
but a few years back we changed some of the penalties. We
Mm-hmm.
made some adjustments. We did actually put more people on parole,
Mm-hmm.
but we failed to sufficiently increase our parole officers and provide enough accountability to make that system work.
Okay.
And that was the breakdown of the system.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and when you talk about on the front end, the alternatives to incarceration and drug treatment courts,
Mm-hmm.
They put some money into it, but it's a very successful program, and we need to continue to develop those. I've committed to additional drug treatment courts, some additional funding there, but it's, and as well as the parole officers and requiring us to have an effective parole system.
Okay.
I want to change behavior. And if we can send a signal that if you're out on parole and you violate the rules, then you're going to be held accountable, then that changes behavior.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that we're experiencing a short-term spike
Okay.
in our prison population that will actually go down as we change behavior.